welcome to an all-new episode of Things That Make Me Feel Like a Dick. Today we're going to delve deeper into the dickery than we've ever been before. You know, I say that like every episode. So if every episode is, say, 4 feet deep, and we're on episode 11, that means we're 44 feet deep into the cauldron of dickery. Oh my god, that's a lot of dickery. Ah!
Topic number 1 in today's episode is makeup. But I'm not speaking of that special effects makeup that you see in movies or anything. This segment is about your everyday, run-of-the-mill makeup.
Intended to enhance your natural beauty and bring forth confidence and vigor.
Though some of you do tend to use it as if you're trying to transform yourself into some sort of heroin-addicted harlot from the Red Light District Lagoon. Feel like a dick for wanting to approach some women in places like shopping malls or at restaurants just so I can ask them, so that I may inquire as to why they left their bathroom mirror this morning looking like a paint gun blasted acrylic diarrhea all over their face. Sexy! I mean, don't get me wrong, but what's the point in putting that much makeup on? You're selling lies to every guy around you, first of all. And I, for one, do not appreciate your face lying to my face about what your face looks like underneath all of that face you put on this morning before you left your house. Ladies, explain to me what happens when you finally land a date with a guy. What happens when things get all hot and steamy? You're gonna melt right in front of him like a fucking department store mannequin. Shocked is what he's gonna be, but not because you're coming on to him. No. And then what happens? You end up looking like Lord Voldemort when your eyebrows drip off of your face and pool up in the lap of his pants. Is that what you want? Tone it down, alright? Tone the makeup down, just a tad. Just take it back. You're at like 10, I need you at about 3. And I know what you're thinking, okay? Listen, Mimi Bobek. There's no reason at the end of the day that you should need a fucking sandblaster to take your makeup off. I personally won't ever understand why some women go way out of their way to apply more layers of paint to their face than the average working man applies to an outdoor patio intended to withstand tsunami-like weather conditions. Ladies, let me give you a small piece of advice.
Just a little bit.
If you look at your friends and they look like the newest members of the insane clown posse who happen to smash their face into a Teletubby's unwiped ass, girl, you look so good. You look so good. You look just as good as I do, and let me tell you, I look good, okay? Then I suggest you look elsewhere for advice on your makeup application. There should never, ever, ever, for any reason ever, in any realm of possibility and any realm of the universe, there should never be a clear line where your face ends and your neck begins. Go ahead. Go ahead! Woo! Blend that shit all you want. It's never gonna match unless you spackle makeup all the way down to your ass crack. Don't get any ideas, okay? 9 times out of 10, I can look at almost any woman and know if she uses too much makeup. Because instantly it makes me wonder to myself if she's a real person or some sort of street-walking, oversized, maniacal marionette. Lines and shit all over your face. You look like a Picasso painting. You look ridiculous, okay? Take the amount of makeup that you're using every day and cut that shit in half. You know what? Fuck it. Cut it in fourths. And use 1/4 of what you're using now. Maybe then you won't look so fucking scary. Topic number 2. That's 4. Alright guys, let's dive into topic number 2. It's kind of ironic because topic number 2 has to do with number 2s. We have all, at one time or another, been in a situation at our place of employment where we were presented with an opportunity to screw over our fellow employees. Really, no matter where you work. The chance will inevitably arise. However, the questions you must ask yourself in this situation are: how much do I hate the people I work with? A lot. And are your personal plans more important than the opinions of those who work beside you in the forefront of life?
Well, boy, do I have a story for you!
A few years ago, I was employed at everyone's favorite epicenter for white trashery. Walmart! It was summertime. It was hot. People were preparing for picnics, beach outings. It was a wonderful time to be alive. Unless you were me. I personally worked in the maintenance department at this particular hub for the habitually hopeless sufferers of a blutophobia.
A relatively uncommon but serious fear of bathing. Seriously, it's a real thing. Look it up. On this day in particular,
I was ready to get the hell out of work. Okay? Who isn't? Ever. Ready to just get the fuck out. It was like 1,000 degrees outside, and I had some pretty important plans that were very time sensitive. Not even work would stand in the way of me and my freedom. Or so I thought. Things during the workday went pretty smooth, you know, nothing to complain about. That was until 7 p.m. 30 minutes before I was supposed to clock out and bolt to my house to rid myself of the smell of rollbacks and rednecks, a call came from the front of the store over my walkie-talkie. And I'll never forget it. I really won't. My expert maintaining skills were needed in the front ladies' restroom. The seriousness of the situation? No one could have ever guessed. Being the naive yet motivated worker that I was, I figure, alright, this last call should theoretically take up the rest of my shift, right? Upon arriving at the restroom and blocking it off so that I may assess the situation as a professional, I get a whiff of something that I'm almost 100% certain is about to ruin my night. I automatically assume it's just a clogged toilet, you know, nothing I can't handle. That would have been a godsend compared to what was actually waiting for me beyond that stall door. What was it? You want to know what it? And they want to know what it was. They want to know what was in the stall. I'm gonna tell you. Before I continue with the story, I want you to remember in your heads that this is the ladies' restroom, okay? Let's do a little word association here, okay? Ladies. Beautiful, right? Nurturing. Soft. Gentle creatures. What was that? I opened that stall door to reveal just the biggest, heaping, runny, you know where this is going, pile of shit that I've ever seen laying right next to the toilet. Right next to it. Not on it. No, not on it. That would have been easy. Like, is your asshole on the side of your leg? Answer me the question. Is it on the side of your leg? Do you shit from your hips? Is this a hip shit? It's a hip shit, isn't it? This grody ass bitch went to the bathroom, hovered her mothership just over the edge of porcelain country, and just fucking honked out a big dirt snake right on the floor. Don't tell anybody about it. No. Just pulled up her pajama pants and just walked right the fuck out the front door. Judging by the size, color, shape, and consistency of this particular project, I was not getting out of work on time, which would have inevitably caused me to postpone my very important plans. Why does somebody else shitting on the floor next to the toilet make me feel like a dick? Here it comes. Because I made the executive decision right then and there that I was not going to partake in the removal of this giant melted Hershey's Kiss from hell this close to the end of my shift. So I put up a nice big out of order sign, you know, right on the door. Left that pile of shit right there on the floor. I decided to myself, night shift. Night shift can take care of that. Yep, not doing it. I mean, that pile of shit was like fucking the size of an infant head. Babies have big heads, some of them, you know, mounded. It was melty, but it also had mass. I figured that by the next day, somebody else would have cleaned it up and that the problem would have just fixed itself. I mean, I know that I myself had 30 minutes before the end of my shift in which I could have taken care of this shitty situation. Get it? Shit. But the night shift had 8 fucking hours. And you know what they did in that 8 hours? Nothing. They left that shit right there on the floor for 8 hours. Okay? You know what happens to shit after 8 hours? Me either. But the point was, they left it there. Now we have finally come to the portion of the story where I feel like an even bigger dick than previously mentioned. Because you know what I did. I left that shit right there on the floor for another 8-hour shift. I cordoned off the entire stall with yellow tape. I put a wet floor sign right in front of it, and I left that stinky, dried up pile of some nasty bitch's butt bile right there on the floor for another 8 hours. Now it was war. It was like a game, because at this point all I was thinking was, who will be the first to break and clean up this pile of shit? I'm gonna spoil the story ahead of time. It wasn't me. It wasn't anybody that I worked with during the day. Now, like I said, I do feel like a dick. Now, before you judge me, okay, let me ask you a question. Would you rather feel like a dick, okay, or option 2, go and end a perfectly good workday by forcing yourself into a sauna-like, coffin-sized stall full of melted corn-eyed butt snakes? Come on. Topic number 1 in today. Ooh, the acoustics in here are fantastic. This particular segment, fuck, down here. Ooh, yeah, that's where the comments go. Go ahead, put your comment down there. I dare ya. God, I farted. It stinks. It's like the light's making it hotter. Go ahead, blend it up. Go.
Alright guys, let's dive right into topic number 2.
I don't even know what that is.
We're gonna dive right into topic number 2. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I have no idea. We have all time. Yeah, we have all time. Yeah. We have all time, baby. We got all the time in the world. No, we don't. Every card's gonna get full. Page 3, baby. Page 3. Compared to what was actually waiting for me beyond that cell door. Okay, the cell. What is it, a fucking prison bathroom?